Hey everybody, how are you? I'm Nick Sarnicola and I'm the CEO of Liv. I'm a guy that's probably no different than many of you watching this right now. I'm a guy that had big dreams. I wanted to see the world and I wanted to make a difference. Fortunately, I was introduced to information that I took action on that changed the direction of my life. My hope is that for all of you today, the information you view right now is something that can change the direction of your life. I'm going to ask you to watch 3 videos. If you like the first one in the first 10 minutes, then go ahead and move forward to the rest of the videos. If not, no big deal. Let's get started. Our company Liv is focused on maximizing 3 extremely fast-moving trends all at the exact same time. First trend is the gig economy. The second trend is the value of experiences. And finally, the power of community. Let's talk about the gig economy. Now, the gig economy is an extremely fast-growing trend that's expected to double in the next 4 years alone. It's where people are taking, their own resources, time and assets to create a side income or a side gig. Some of them actually make it their full-time. Things like Uber or Lyft or Airbnb. Things like Amazon Flex, where they pick up the packages and drop them off. Things like becoming a brand ambassador or a promoter for a product and service people really enjoy that they market through their social media, etc. What I know for sure is that the idea of the gig economy is growing faster than traditional employment. Do you remember 20 years ago where all people talked about was the employment rate? Now people are talking about starting a side gig. And the reality is all of us need to think about additional income streams. We have to think about a plan B, and we have to make sure if we lost our income stream today that we had something there to back it up. One of the things that I'm most proud to share with you is that my partners and I are some of the best mentors in the world to help individuals like you create a side or full-time income. In fact, our last platform, it became a mainstream brand and did over 500 million units in sales to 3 million customers. In fact, it was the #1 product in its category and did nearly $2 billion in sales. But the individuals that aligned with us, that partnered with us, that helped us take that product to those customers, well, they did extremely well. 20,000 of those families on a part-time basis made an extra 20 grand a year or more. And then there was people that chose to lead, people that chose to get in front of it, people that chose to really dedicate themselves to it. 800 families became 6-figure earners and 55 millionaires were created. Well, right now, we're focused on our newest platform. It launches in April, and we're identifying those families that want to help take this idea of Liv to our next several million customers that we'll make an impact with. Our newest platform, Liv, is full of passion and full of purpose. See, 10 years ago, a movie came out called The Bucket List, and it had a philosophy that discussed you should be terminally ill before you do something about your life and start checking things off. And I had a major issue with that. I began preaching about a topic called the Liv List, that you should actually go do these things now before it's too late. And that way you can look back on these things as memories as opposed to looking back on them with regrets. As I began sharing this idea, I literally spoke to millions of people in dozens of different countries, and here's what I learned. I learned that everybody had a project list for work. I learned that all of them had a task list. And then lastly, in their personal lives, I realized that all of them had a to-do list. A project list, a task list, and a to-do list. The sad part is very few of them actually had a Liv list. I've made it my personal passion and purpose to take as many of these people who are simply just working to live and try to wake them up to the opportunity of creating life and creating those experiences that will one day become memories for them and their family. As a company, we have a vision. We're going to create the greatest life experience platform in the world. We're going to inspire people to take that bucket list, that thing they never get around to, and we're going to give them a platform that literally they can point and click and turn it into a Liv list. Number 2 is we're going to pull together communities at a local level in a way that's never been done before so they can lead each other through different experiences that they didn't even know existed. And finally, we're going to wake people up to live moments every single day. Let's talk about all 3 of these. As I explain all 3 of these, I want you to evaluate, is this a business that you could truly align with and help take out to the rest of the world? Let's first talk about turning that bucket list into a Liv list and the business model of experiences. Do you understand right now there's 150 million millennials and baby boomers that believe experiences are a really important part of a fulfilling life, they're starting to tell us that the fulfillment from just buying stuff is going down, while the fulfillment of experiences is going up. 150 million people, that's a business you want to be in front of. Now, the Live List is all about exclusive access to curated events that are member-only life experiences. These are not things that you can find on any discount travel website. We have every interest you can think of, and if it's not there, it can be there. And most importantly, the community has a voice. Now, why is this important? It's important because the power of community is literally changing industries as we speak. Right now, you got Kickstarter and Wikipedia and Change.org. I mean, crowdfunding is expected to reach $90 billion by 2025. Bottom line is sales is no longer about selling. It's about sharing and building a community. Now, the way we tap into the power of community with Live List is through our patented crowd starter platform. It's 3 simple steps. First step is pledge. A pledge is a small deposit towards an experience somebody wants to go to. Once somebody does choose to go, the very next step is they're going to go begin socially selling their friends and family. You have to go to Machu Picchu with me. You have to go to the Miami Wine and Food Festival with me. It's a very natural conversation and natural process. Us knowing that, we give a minimum number of participants before we will, number 2, activate the experience. The activation of the experience is done when the original people who pledged to the experience begin calling their friends and family and asking them to go travel the world with them as well. Are you starting to see how fun and viral this business can be? So number 1, pledge. Number 2, activate. And step 3, live. There are 6 things that we do on every single experience. It doesn't matter which experience it is. So every experience we have has a main event. And when you plug into the main event, you're going to do it in a way that you never could have done on your own when you do it with Live. After dinner, we always want to know what's happening afterwards. That's called nightlife. We're going to scope out the nightlife and we're going to create experiences around that. Furthermore, Live to Learn is extremely unique. We're talking about category experts, celebs, athletes, etc., where you're in close quarters with them, asking them questions, hearing them share about their life, photo ops, etc. Every time we go to a city, we want to know, what are those electives? What are those excursions? What does this city have to offer that's unique and special? I want to do those things. And for those of you guys out there that like to plug into healthy lifestyle activities, we always make sure we have that available for you as well. Finally, the opportunity to volunteer to Live to Give. I have a belief that more people would contribute and give back if there was a platform to do so. What if that platform was volunteerism? What if it was every single time you went to a Live List experience, you could contribute back to the community? Guys, this is the business that we've put together. How would you like to get paid to help people check things off their list and experience these 6 things all around the world? Now, earlier I shared with you guys that we're taking Live Lists and turning it into bucket lists, but I also share with you that we're establishing communities. Live List community is going to be experiences by our members for our members. Imagine getting paid for creating experiences in your neighborhoods. But what about just getting rewarded for promoting other people's experiences that are going on local to you? Or what if you just attended them and had the time of your life? That's Live List community. We need you to help us to expand into every community we can find all throughout North America. So our vision again is take that bucket list, turn it into a Live List, create live communities, and finally, help people to live moments. I'm very passionate about this because everywhere I go, I see people living life, not even knowing life is happening. When we go to bed at night, we share a couple things that have happened to us with our significant other. Or maybe it's just to ourselves in our own mind. Many of those ideas or thoughts are negative. What if we were the catalytic brand, the movement that helped people to wake up, to live moments every single day, to consciously choose to create a moment with their friends, with their family, with their children, with themselves, something they're going to remember every single day. I want to ask you guys to join us. Help us to inspire as many people as we can to live moments. Help us to create these communities and help us to turn people's bucket lists into a Live List. Thank you for your time so far. And if you're feeling this, do me a favor, stick around and jump to video number 2.